Hello, hello, hello. So, this is an updated intro to the video you're about to see. I forgot to mention the Vanilla Armor Replacer by NordwarUA. This video was a request made by the Soul Cairn. That is the name of the person that mentioned this. So I know it's been a while and it's taken me some time to get this done, but it's just because I'm running behind on stuff. So this video, again, this was a request from the Soul Cairn, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I want to look at the original version of the Vanilla Armor Replacer by NordwarUA. Pardon me, it took me a little while to get everything ready, and I forgot to drink my coffee while I was doing that, so I had to take Chuck and make him make a bunch of armor so that he can do the little show, song and dance for you, and then I had to make a New Hope so that she could do likewise. So pardon me while I have that coffee there. Okay, so the Vanilla Armor Replacer by NordwarUA. Now, this was ported by Raxinate, but it's by NordwarUA. It is a pretty big mod. Download size is 400 and, well, it's right under 468 megabytes. There is a light version. Let me show you that. I apologize that I did not do that before. I should have had this ready. I looked at this earlier, and it does save you a considerable amount of space. But I thought for the sake of the show, you would want to see the real thing. I think that found it for me last time. Yeah, there is a 1K version, so I'm using the bigger version, and it's about 468 megabytes. I can tell you from what I've seen, it looks worth it. And this is the smaller version, and it's about half the size, which is really nice. That really brings the size down. And I need to look at this and see if it looks just as good. It probably, you know, it probably looks almost as good. You know, I know with the guard armor and some of the others, the unplayable faction armor, I'm finding the smaller sizes look very, very, very close to the bigger size. So unless it just really bothers you to see just the minor differences, the smaller version is probably going to be good and sufficient. And the size of the file is just a lot better for you. I mean, let's face it. I may fool around and use this for a while because I really like it. I may combine this and the unplayable factions, the two smaller ones, and use those as my armor replacers for a while just for fun, because I really like Nordwar's work, and I'm sure y'all are sick of hearing that, but it's true. These are really good mods. I think Raxinate must as well, because he keeps bringing those over. And others do too. It's not just Raxinate. Some of these are, let's see, is this Raxinate? That's Raxinate. Hold on. Some of these are done by some others, like this is Gemini King. Okay. So they're not all done by Raxinate, but Raxinate has been doing a bunch of them. And these are nice. I mean, I am really tempted, like I said, to use this Vanilla Replacer and the Unplayable Factions Replacer. And then maybe find some clothing replacer, or just leave the clothing alone even, and just see what I get out of it. I think that would be a very nice looking game. Okay, so I've gone on too long about that. I apologize. Anyway, so this, like I said, it's pretty big, about 468 megabytes. You can get the smaller one. I bet it looks very close, very similar in appearance. There are probably some minor differences. Anyway, this is a replacer, so you need to make sure that you have this lower than your other replacers if you have some mix and match replacer business going on. It looks like there is also a Lalamar armor in this that I did not make. And I did not realize that I wasn't sure if it was coming from this mod or the other mod, so I'll make us a copy of that when I go into Chuck and show you that. Nonetheless, again, it's NordwarUA here, the original mod creator, but it's NordwarUA. I don't know. It's probably the same person, just a slightly different name for some reason. Let's see. You know, I think that's probably all you need to know. This covers the vanilla sets of armor. And it does do weapons. Now, there's some of these that mention, where's Dwarven? Dwarven is armor only. They didn't touch the weapons. But some of these did weapons and armor. And rats, I did not make up the weapons. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll make a few weapons, and we'll take a look at those as well. This is going to take a little longer, but it would be worth it. We'll make a few weapons and take a look at those. Like maybe I'll do the sword and the axe or something, or something. We'll take a look at them. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. So it's armor sets and weapons. I missed that. Ironhide. Oh, I don't have fur. I may have to grab some fur out of the boxes, so pardon me. I mean, it looks like I may have missed a few things. But I want to make sure I cover as much as possible. So let's go. That's pretty much all you need to know here and all you can learn from here. So let's go get on Chuck. I made him do this first work and do most of the work. So we're going to use him mainly. And then we have a New Hope that we'll use her for the female version. Whoa, what just happened? That's not my Chuck. Hold on. That was weird. The game freaked out on me. Hold on. All I'm trying to do is scroll up. There we go. This is Chuck. This is him. I prepared. I went into his game and got everything ready. So. Alright, so this is Chuck. I kind of changed the way he looked, gave him a new hairdo, and I don't know if I like the clean shaven look, but that's what I went with. Let's make that Lalamore armor, and let's make a couple of weapons, because I messed up and did not make that. So we're going to look at these. It's just a few things. This won't take just a couple of minutes. So let's look at iron. Is there an iron sword? You know, I always assumed that there was. Okay, let's do the battle axe and the great sword. Matter of fact, if we do those two, that'll pretty much cover everything. That'll give you an idea. You could look at an iron mace, I suppose. Alright, so we'll do those three things, and that will be enough. I couldn't tell if there was any actual change to the Imperial stuff, but I'll do a sword just in case. Now the steel, now you have to ignore some of the unplayable faction armors and some of the bikini armors. Just ignore some of that. I have a lot of mods going on right now, so try not to be too crazy about that. Let's skip some of that. Let's get down to the steel. Okay. So let's do a steel battle axe. And a steel greatsword. If we can look at those two things, that will pretty much show us what we want to see. Leather. I've done all the leather. Dwarven. Now, he said he didn't touch the Dwarven weapons. So, you know, I'll still do something just so we have something to look at. But they said they didn't touch it. I don't know, though. It looks like that looks the same. The sword looked a little different. Might be my imagination. Let's go down. Just ignore this bikini stuff. I still have that turned on in my game for fun. Let's get an Elven battle axe, and let's do an elf so we can get a good look at them. Ignore that. I'm sorry. Ignore the bikini stuff. We're moving on. We've covered a lot of that stuff. I have a lot of that stuff in my game right now just for fooling around, playing, and testing purposes, not for any big deal. Okay, it's a great sword. Ebony battle axe. Let's see that battle axe. Great sword. This looks like this might be interesting. Last battle axe. That looks essentially the same, but we're going to give it a chance. Sometimes the pictures are the same, but what you have in the game actually looks quite different. So you can't totally go by that. Ignore the bikini stuff. Let's head on down. Let's do the battle axe, the great sword. I do apologize for this, but I don't think there's much else to show, and I don't think any of these were actually changed. But I will tell you that to be safe, I made some of these. Let's do the Nordic battle axe and greatsword, because I think this might have been changed. And we'll do the stall rim just in case. I don't know that they were changed, but just in case. Okay, I don't think there's anything there to look at. And honestly, if there's any little bits that I missed, don't fret about it. It will not be a significant. Okay, it will not be a significant amount that I've missed. Let's look for fur. I would like to find just some fur armor. It doesn't have to be everything. Look at that. This shows up in here. It's very nice. Very cool. Alright, so take me. Let's see. Where's the fur? Looking for the fur. Should we look at Sun's armor? Let's look at Sun's armor. I don't know if they changed it or not. Ooh, the ebony shield looks cool. Look at that. Alright, I was going to try to find the fur armors, and I'm sorry that I'm getting distracted, but that, you know how that is with me. If I see something cool, I'm like, ooh, shiny, you know. We don't have to look at all the guards' armors and all of that. Those did not appear to be included. Here's fur armor. Fur armor with sleeves. Fur kilt. Fur kilt with mantle. Okay, we're going to go with that, and I'm going to call it there. I'm going to say that's good enough, okay? Because I think that's going to cover most everything for us. Now let's get Chucky Boy out here where we can see him and his manliness. All right, so let's run through the armors first. Now I looked at a little bit of this, and I can tell you that some of this looks really, really nice. I'm going to do a quick save just in case we were to have any issue. I think that looks very nice. Now this is going to take a few minutes to go through all the items, but I think you will find it worthwhile. Why did I lose my shield? Put my shield back on. Oh, because I have... oh, I'm sorry. I have unequipped shields to back still on. So this is going to put the shields on the back. But that looks pretty good. The problem is, you notice that vanilla appearance is not correct. Well, I'm going to do... Pardon me for just a moment. We're going to... Oh, that's not what I want. We're going to do something so we can see these correctly. Dun dun dun. We're going to do the free camera. Boom. Okay, we're free. That's what the shield actually looks like. Now you saw when it does the auto unequipped to back that it's going to change that up somewhat. But that's what the shield actually looks like. He looks pretty good like this. Now you notice the boots look basically just like hide boots. I have no problem with that. This outfit overall looks good. Alright, so I don't know if there's going to be any differences in some of these things. Some of these things I made up just in case. I don't see a huge or any difference there in the bear armor, so we're going to let that ride. The blades. Oh, I have two, that's right. That was my fault. Don't worry about that. So this is the blades, and I'm not seeing a real difference here, so I don't think there's anything to see there. If you think I've missed something, you just let me know. But I think that pretty much covers it. Would do the shield. I think again, did I not do the helmet? So sorry. Looks pretty sad without the... It looks pretty sad anyway. This looks like the vanilla, so I don't think there's a change here. Like he said, the mod does say vanilla armors, and it didn't include these. I included these just in case, okay? It's just in case, but I don't see any difference here. So we're going to move on past the bone mold. Okay, now we're going to check this out. Again, I don't know that there's any significant difference. This is light armor. Do we have a shield? We have a helmet and a shield. So I don't see any difference here either. So I think that's the same. Let's do the heavy. And I don't see a difference there. So it is supposed to be vanilla only, so that's okay. We'll just move on. Okay, I did do the Dark Brotherhood just in case there would be any difference. I don't think there's any difference. That looks the same to me. So I'm just going to move on past that. A few things, like I said, I did just in case. Now, I did the Daedric hoping that this would be some really cool Daedric looking stuff. I really like the chromy appeal of the armor. I wish the shield had a little bit more of that chromy look. But they did include the red, which I think the red is nice. So, I think that looks really good. Now, this is a good time for me to check out a weapon, isn't it? And I think I messed up by not checking out weapons before now, but it's time. The weapon looks good, looks nice. Let's try the sword. I am using an animation replacer, so some of this may look a little different in the way Chucky Boy moves, but overall, it should be in good shape. I don't know if that weapon looks significantly different. Again, it doesn't have the same chromy appearance of the armor. I really like the way the armor looks. If these other items had that look, that would be great. Alright, let's go to the Dragonplate armor, boots, gauntlets, helmet, and let's do the shield. Okay, did he not do the Dragonplate shield for me? No, he did not. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't mind if you have your fist up, that's perfectly fine, dude. So this looks, I'm going to say that looks pretty normal. I haven't used the vanilla Dragonplate very much. In all my years, I've probably only used it a couple of times, so I'm assuming that this looks okay. Hold on a second. Oh, I should have turned this off. Let's get the crosshair out of his face. So I'm assuming this looks okay. Can we do that? Do I have that axe? No. Tell you what, let's do. Just to make some things work a little easier for me. Where's that axe at? Yeah, the Bloodhorker axe. Let's favorite that, and I'm going to set that to a button. There, that makes it a little easier for me to show you what he looks like with his weapon out. Alright, so I'm not seeing a huge difference in the Dragonplate, and it could just be that there isn't. So let's try the Dragonbone Battle Axe. I'm going to say that looks the same to me as the vanilla Dragonbone's Greatsword, and that looks the same also. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, we'll switch. Oh, let's look at the Dragon Scale. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of the Dragon Scale. May not be any difference. I don't see any difference here either. Alright, so that's okay. I don't see any significant difference here, so that's fine. Let's do the Dwarven. We know the Dwarven is different. And the Dwarven, there you go, dude, get that off your back. The Dwarven looks very nice. I like the slightly different coloring and and the style just looks better. I think that looks a lot better. It's just my opinion, though. You know what it is. Let's look at the Dwarven Battle Axe. Supposedly the weapons didn't change, and I would have to say that that weapon did not change. It looks the same. The Dwarven Greatsword. It looks like it got a slight recolor, because it looks like it matches the armor better. So, just going to say that. Alright, let's move on past the Dwarven. Let's go to the Ebony armor. The Ebony boots. I've been wanting to see this, so we're not going to look at the mail just yet. His axe. Now, I like the Ebony armor. Look at that. Talk about being a Black Knight. That looks very nice. It looks very medieval. So it looks very, very cool. Very realistic in that sense, in the medieval thought of things. Alright, so let's look at the mail. I don't know if the mail changed or not. No, I don't think the mail did. I think that's just the normal mail. So you probably won't want to use the mail. It's fine. So let's go back to the armor, which looks so good. Let's do the Ebony Battle Axe. Ba-da-da-da. Now that looks nice. That looks really good. And the Ebony Greatsword. That looks very nice. That looks really, really good. Okay. That looks very, again, medieval. It looks the way I expect. It looks very, very cool. Alright, so let's go to the Elven. Oh, and I'm sorry. I know I'm not spinning all the way around. I should look around better, but it's kind of a trade-off. If I use the free camera, spinning all the way around them is harder. So I wasn't doing that. I don't see a difference here in this armor. So let me take a quick look back at the mod again. I think I'm looking at some things. I had kind of assumed all vanilla armor was changed. I don't think that's the case. But that leaves it open for you to have some fun changing the other armors to look differently. So pardon me for just a moment. Right, Elven, you can see the ones that are not included. Elven is not included. Yeah, so armor sets and weapons covered. So Elven is not included. The bone mold is not included. A lot of the stuff that I'm looking at, and I'm not trying to be a pain, it's just a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you is not included. Now, Nordic is going to be included. There is a new Barbarian set in here, and the Ancient Nord armor is included. Did we look at those? Let me back up for just a moment to make sure I showed you those. I'm pretty sure I did show you the Barbarian set, right? Before we got into all this craziness, because yeah, I showed you the Barbarian set because it looked cool, and then I showed you that this is like the Ancient armor set that we looked at in the very beginning, but it's called Ozadal's armor here, and the Barbarian stuff is just that. It's just the Barbarian stuff, and this is just a replacement for the Banded Iron Shield, which, due to the way they named things in the game, it didn't really end up down here with Iron, Banded, whatever. Nonetheless, so we're going to move on. The Elven stuff is not even included. Let's just skip it. There's no point doing it. Let's look at the fur armor. Let's give you something to go with it, though. Let's go back up here. Where's the Barbarian outfit? We'll use that as a base. Alright, so bear with me for just a moment. We're going to do this little Barbarian outfit. Now what we're going to do is come down here and kind of do a mix and match. We're going to come down to the fur and go put the fur armor on. So you can see the fur armor. And it looks like a genuine mix of fur and hide. If we do the fur armor with sleeves, yeah, it takes off some of that hide, and it's more furry and less hide. Don't know why that is. This is the fur kilt. And the fur kilt with mantle. I don't know that those are that great. Okay, that sounded bad. These look great. I don't know that it's that big a deal to you. I don't know how much. I mean, we're typically, if you're me playing my game, typically I'm seeing bad guys wearing this. I kill them, I take it, I sell it. You know, so I don't do a lot with it. So the glass is not included. Glass armor was not changed, so we're going to skip that. Hide armor, however, has been changed and has been updated and looks really great. Let's do that. That's the hide armor. And like I say, it looks really, really nice. There is no doubt about it. That looks really great. So, wait. Get the hide shield on, man. There we go. Oh, it's the regular vanilla hide shield. Okay. Well, it's okay, though. The outfit is still great. I don't think the Imperial armor was changed. No, it was not. So we're going to skip that. We're going to go down. Let's see, we're not going to do bone mold because it did not change. Now, the iron armor changed. We'll show you we'll show it to you like this. Yeah, there we go. So here's the iron armor, complete with helmet and everything. That looks nice. Now let's do the one with the pauldrons. It just adds that on the shoulders. Looks very nice. See, I think this makes the iron look a lot better. Now, I'm not in love with all the helmets having horns, but in this case, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's a choice. So let's see, did we do some iron weapons? I thought I did a couple of iron weapons. So here's the battle axe. I think that looks nice. Let's look at the great sword. Come on, there we go. That looks cool. Now let's do the mace. I forgot that I did the mace. I think that looks nice. And actually, in a way, if you're using the shield with that mace, that really looks cool. Looks like it goes together very well. Just my opinion, of course. Alright, so let's move on. We're going to look at this Lamellar. It's a light armor. It's a light armor, but it looks like a mixture of like leather and padding and that sort of thing. And then there is this version with the pauldrons, puts a little more coverage on the shoulders there. I think that looks nice. And then we have the leather. And the leather, it comes with 3 versions of boots, I'm not sure, and a couple of bracers, but I'm not sure why. We'll figure that out in a minute. Let's get a look at this first version first. That looks really nice. Now if we look, what some of the other boots look like? That looks the same. There may not be a difference. Now that's a different version of boots. I like that better actually. Now the gauntlets, the bracers, I'm not sure I'm seeing a difference. Let's just try this and see. There's a slight difference. Very minor, nothing major. Alright, so sorry for that interruption. Just had a, just a brief interruption for a little while. Not too long. Anyway, so we're here. We're still on, Chuck, yeah. We're still on Chuck. We were looking at the leather bracers, and there wasn't much difference between the two. Just a little thickness in the arm was the only difference I saw. So now, I'm going to move on. I'm going to show you. Oh, this is not included in the mod. Forget it. The Nightingale armor is not different. It's not included in the mod. Nordic armor, though, is. So let's get a look at this. I see. They changed the Nordic armor to be more like the regular plate armor. That's an interesting idea. And actually, it looks pretty cool, and it's not a bad idea at all. It's got a little bit of that steel plate style, but it still has its own flair. I like that. And that shield is cool. See that? You can see the etching on that and everything. Looks nice. Alright, so I gotta remember to get some good pictures of some of this. I don't think Orcish armor was involved. I don't think this was part of it, so no, I'm just gonna move on. I don't think Skyrim was involved. Let's move on. Steel armor was involved in this mod. It looked very promising. We got bracers, and we got gauntlets. They look the same, as near as I can tell. We have greaves, and we have boots, which look the same, as near as I can tell. Tell you what, let's stick with that. Let me do the helmet. And let's do we have a shield? We do have a steel shield. Let's do this down here. Okay, so the steel shield is, oh, it's cool. It's got a little bit of a reflective tint. See that? Or covering or whatever. So this is basically what your steel would look like. Now, this is not everything. Alright. So, I couldn't tell any difference in the gauntlets. That looks the same. I did not see any change going from the bracer to the gauntlet. Oh, this gauntlet, there's a little difference. Look at the hand down at the thumb and see that there's a little more coverage. Let me see if I can position us where we can see this better. Look at his hand. Okay. This is the glove, the bracer, and the gauntlet looks the same, but look at this one. This one gives you a little hand covering. Oh, that's the difference. That's nice. Okay, that's a nice touch. Now, greaves. The boots and the greaves look the same until you hit this one. This one is different. And I would say they're both interesting. I think I like this one a little better. It looks a little stockier, a little sturdier, but yeah, it's a preference thing. You have to look at it and see what you think. I'm sorry, I'm driving around like a madman here. So that's the difference in the greaves, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is smaller and actually lighter looking to me, not as bulky looking. Now here's the helmet with the nose guard. Now you see this helmet, the first helmet did not have that. Now this one's going to have the nose guard, and actually the helmet is quite a bit different. I think I prefer this helmet, even though I'm not a big fan of the nose guard, but I do like that better, I think. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the steel plate armor. Definitely nice, a very good medieval look. It looks like it's more like in real life. Pardon me again as I whirl around. Woo! But that's okay, I'm getting better at it. Nonetheless, I like this. I think that looks really good. The Stormcloak stuff I don't think is involved in this. Matter of fact, I don't know that any of the rest of this is involved except for the wolf armor. So let me show you the studded armor. Let's drop some of this stuff here. I want you to see the studded armor without a lot of complications. So that's the studded armor. The studded armor really looks like it belongs up with the hide and leather stuff. So let's I know this is a ways to go back, but just bear with me for a moment. I think it'll be worth it. We're just going to do some bracers and some boots so he'll look better. We could give him one of these helmets, like the lamellar helmet. Isn't there a leather helmet? Did I miss it? Yes, I did. There you go. You could give him the leather helmet. See, this kind of goes with the leather. It might go better with the lamellar, though. Let's try the lamellar helmet and greaves and bracers. I take it back. No, that was not a better choice. Let's try the hide. The hide helmet and bracer and boots. That's actually better. Though you can mix and match however you want. I was just trying to find you alternatives in case you wanted to use that. You don't get to use the studded a lot. I think it goes well with this. It might go, no wait, this is the hide. Yeah, I think it goes better here with the hide myself. Though you could use the leather. The leather seemed okay, but the hide seemed better. In my opinion, you know, as always, just my opinion. So none of these are different. I don't think that's going to be different. No, it looks like what's in the game normally. Alright, so let's move on. I'm going to do the wolf armor, and the wolf boots, and the gauntlets, and the helmet. And I think this is going to be... This is much... Wow, that is much cooler. The standard wolf armor looks a little too bladish for me, because the helmet and all makes it look kind of like a blades thing. This is much better. I like that. Did I not leave him a shield? Does he have some sort of shield on? No, he does not. Well, let's give him this shield. This shield will be fine. See, I think that shield will work for you. You could use other shields. But nonetheless, look at that. Is that not nice? I think that's very nice. Very nice indeed. So that's Chuck, and that's everything for him. I'm going to do a quick go around with the girl Hope, just so you'll be able to see both. I'm going to turn this back. Put this stuff away. Now look. It reverts to the vanilla shield, which is funny. But that's because auto-equip shields to back it's mainly for vanilla shields. Alright, so let me look at something. I was just thinking... There's no banded iron armor. Alright, that's fine. So they must have just kind of, with this mod, they kind of eliminated the banded iron armor. But that's okay. It's kind of redundant anyway, and it wasn't really that big a deal. I think if they thought they were going to do lots of variations of little changes to armor, they must have changed their mind. Okay, so this is the wolf armor, and that's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to switch over. Let me do a quick save. And a save, just because, well, he doesn't even have that many saves. Chuck's still pretty new. So let's do a load. We're going to switch over to Hope. I just created her. She can't be too far away. Yeah, there's only a couple of loads for her. Alright. I like to load the full game and not just... Now look at this. I think this is, well, I think that is the mace. So this is the new Hope, and I decided to do something different. She is a red guard, and she's got kind of, I don't know, I kind of like that hair color, even though it's a little funky, but I mean, it's kind of a dark green. Anyway, I think she looks pretty good. Depends on what you like. I liked her, so you're stuck with her because I like her. That's really all that matters. It's like in your game, that's all that matters is what you like. In my game, I guess it's just me. Alright, so she's got everything made up. I don't really need to make anything up for her. You've seen the weapons. We're gonna do a whirlwind of just looking at the armors that are affected. I made way too many armors, as you can tell. I thought all of these would be affected, and they are not. So we're just going to look at the armors that are affected. So Hope's in position. We're going to try to roll through these reasonably quickly just to show you what it looks like on the girl. The body he used for the girl, oh, rats, sorry, I messed up. He didn't say what body it is. It looks pretty vanilla-ish. But I think this looks really good. The armors still really, speak for themselves. They look very nice, and of course the shield is the same. So this is like the barbarian outfit, which is similar to from the commercials and stuff. This was supposed to be, the Dovahkiin appearance, similar. It's not 100%, but it's very good. Let's see. The bear armor did not change. The blade's armor did not change. Bone mold did not change. Chitin did not change. That did not change. Okay, so let's see what the Daedric looks like on her. It's probably going to look pretty good. Oh, yeah. Oh, it changes her hair to a blonde color. Interesting. Nonetheless, look at that. This reminds me of a different Daedric version that I think is cool from one of the replacers. You know what? This might be from the replacer. Hold on a second. This is the problem. I am running quite a few mods and I have quite a few replacers and things going on. Let's check and see if Daedric was a part of this. Because I thought Daedric was a part of this. Because it says vanilla armors, I'm expecting, Daedric to be different. And see, I have this below. I put this below my other armors, so it would show up appropriately. It's not below the bikini armors, but that isn't a replacer. That just adds stuff. So anyway, let's look here. Does this include? This does not include Daedric. Oh, so I'm getting the Daedric that comes through from here. Yeah. Okay. So it does not include Daedric. I see. The scaled is renamed to Lamellar. That was the scaled armor. Okay. So this does not. Ignore this one. This outfit does not count. Okay. The dragon plate and dragon scale does not count. Ignore that. Okay, the dwarven armor. This should be different. So that's what the dwarven would look like. Looks very good on her. Let's see. The ebony should be very nice. I think that looks great. The old Black Knight thing. I just like that. Let's see. So Elven was not changed, and Glass was not changed. Actually, quite a few things were not changed. The hide armor was changed. That looks good on her. Let's see. The Imperial was not changed. The bone mold was not changed. Let's do the iron armor. And the iron boots, and gauntlet, and helmet. That looks cool. I like that helmet too. At first I wasn't sure I liked the idea of having the horns on that helmet, but actually I do. I do like that. So I think that looks very good. Let's go to the leather armor. There were a couple of leather boots, but I don't think there were a big difference. We looked at those, if you remember. There is some difference, but not a huge amount of difference. I kind of like the buckles on those boots anyway. So this is leather, and I think it looks nice. Nightingale does not change. Now the Nordic armor did change. Though it's funny that it looks kind of like the more steel armor. But not exactly. And it looks good. Well done. Looks good on her too. Orcish did not change. Nope. Okay, so steel armor definitely changed. Oh wait, let's just go with the bracers. And the helmet. This is the helmet without the nose guard. I think that looks nice. Now let's try with the nose guard. Let's do these greaves, the slightly different greaves and the slightly different gauntlets. This is another option. That looks very cool. Then we got the steel plate. Looks very nice again. Not too, some of it's not too clean, not too pretty. It just looks, good. Now this is the studded armor. I'm not going to roll back to everything, but you can see on her, it works for her just as well as it did for Chuck. And then the wolf armor. Takes just a moment to load some of these, that initial click on the button. And there, oh, look at that. That looks nice too. Wow. Okay, so this is really a great little armor replacer. I like it. I wish there was more to it, but I like it. I might do the lighter version of it, but even this big version of it is great. I hate to say that because that would just mean somebody's going to make a bigger mod, but I would really like to see all the vanilla armors really replaced like this. Kind of in this vein, in this style. And maybe NordWar has enough out there to do that. Maybe I just need to look for more stuff and try to do even more of a NordWar game than I already do. But I enjoy the mods. I do. These are nice. Look at that. It just looks, in a lot of ways, it looks more realistic than some of the other stuff we see. So, alright, so let me, I'm just going to do a quick save on her here. Well, maybe we'll do a new save. She could stand to have a save or two. Let's hop out. Now I'm going to show you the mod again, and I think really that's probably about everything I can cover pretty quickly. And this probably has not been very quick by the time you're all done with all this. But nonetheless, this has been a very good mod. I really like the armors in it. I like that replacer a lot. Yeah. So maybe I'll get the smaller version and use it instead of this larger version. And use it along with the unplayable faction armors, which I also still have turned on and active. It's really good. And this is a lot smaller mod. When you do the smaller one, it is a lot smaller. There is some trade-off in appearance, but not a lot. Not a lot. I think you might notice more of a difference on a PC than you would on the Xbox. Matter of fact, I'm sure that's the case. And he had some good pictures here of everything, but I still like to go through and try to show you. Some of these pictures look, I don't know how old these are. Some of these pictures look outdated or something. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. The ebony is so cool. The ebony armor, because you're like that Black Knight, and it really looks nice. Okay, so anyway, I'll quit gushing about this. It's really a good vanilla armor replacer. I do wish it touched everything. It doesn't. But there again, what it does touch, it really makes look nice. And it really makes these what we think of as these lesser armors, it really makes them look more worthwhile, in my mind, to me. Because when the leather and the steel and the iron, when they all look good, then I kind of want to play with them at that appropriate level. Because it looks good and it's better. So, just something to think about. It kind of makes you want to try some of that armor out and use some of that. I think it's very cool. So, and the shields look a lot better. I think they look very nice. Alright. So this has been the Vanilla Armor Replacer by NordwarUA. It doesn't hit every vanilla armor, but it certainly does improve every one that it hits. They're very nice, and it changes the weapons to a lot of them to look very nice. And most of it gives it a much more vanilla feel, and that's why I think I'm going to use this for a little while. It's pretty fun and pretty cool. So, alright. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Remember to stay safe, and I will catch you later.